Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay, so we are starting a new chapter. Chapter 9, which is most confidential knowledge, Rajaguhya Yoga. So, the Shloka 9.1. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Idam tu te guhyatamam pravakshyami anasuyave jnanam vijnana sahitam yajñatva mokshase ashubhat. The translation, the personality of God had said, My dear Arjuna, because you are never envious of me, I shall impart to you this most confidential knowledge and realization, most confidential knowledge and realization, knowing which you shall be relieved of the miseries of material existence. 9.2 Raja Vidya Raja Guyam Pavitram Idam Uttamam Pratyakshaavagamam Dharmyam Sa Susukham Kartam Avyayam. Translation. This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting and it is joyfully performed. So many good things about this Rajaguhya, Rajavidya. 9.3, Shloka 9.3. Ashraddhadhana Purusha Dharmasyasya Parantapa Aprapya Mam Nivartante Mrityu Samsara Vartmani. Translation. Those who are not faithful in this devotional service cannot attain me, O conqueror of enemies. Therefore, they return to the path of birth and death in this material world. So, this also mentions who cannot attain Lord. So this thing is mentioned for those who are not faithful. Right. So here is starting with the first 9.1, where it says Sri Bhagwan Vacha. So Srila Prabhupada gives a lot of emphasis in explaining this Sri Bhagwan Vacha. So before coming to Krishna consciousness, I also was vaguely using this term Bhagwan, not knowing who to be used for, as many other probably before coming to Krishna consciousness, many other people would have the same misconception. So better be clear with who is Bhagwan. So Bhagwan means the supreme authority. So far, authoritative power is concerned that is analyzed by Srila Rupa Goswami. Srila Rupa Goswami is one of the eternal associates of Srila Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and who gave so much of description of glorifying the Lord and giving details or the process, what do you call, Sambandha Abhideya Prayojana, our relationship and the process and the goal, all that detail. He's the one. There were so many scriptures and so many books he has written. So Krishna has, so Srila Prabhupada says this, Krishna has 10% power or 10% qualification. So he's like 100%. He's absolute truth, right? So Krishna is supreme personality of God, and he's absolute truth, sum total of everything. He is full in all appearances, full in all potencies, fully independent and perfect, cause of all causes, origin of everything, source of everything, all attractive, and so much more. So he is sum total of everything. He's absolute truth. So when we say that, it means all the demigods are also empowered by him. Every living entity, everything is part of him, part and parcel. So Krishna's tu Bhagavan Swayam in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.3.28, it's mentioned. This is called Savishesha, personal analysis. Sometimes other personalities are also addressed as Bhagavan, but that does not mean that they are also equal to the Supreme Person. Examples, sometimes not only Vishnu Tattva, but also others like Lord Shiva, Narad Muniji are addressed as Bhagavan. So many other great personalities who are very dear to the Lord. They're extraordinary. So, but in order to particularly point out Krishna, it has been said in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna's to Bhagwan Swayam. And actually, Krishna is Bhagwan because he has got 10% qualities of Bhagwan. So this has been analyzed in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, in much more detail. But Srila Rupa Swami has analyzed other Vishnu Tattvas, Lord Narayana, who is also Bhagwan, is 94% and not 10%. In other words, Sat Aishwarya Purnaha is Krishna, and other Vishnu Tattvas, Lord Narayana, are also Sat Aishwarya, but it is not displayed in them. So they also have full opulences, but it is they never display. They display to 94% of the overall what Krishna would do, 100%. So all opulences they would have, but they would not use. Um, so Krishna is existing with all the incarnations. It's not that he is existing as Krishna. So when we speak of Krishna, we take it that all his expansions and incarnations are included. But Krishna's to Bhagwan Swayam means Bhagwan, the authority of Bhagwan is fully expressed in Krishna, not in others. So in this way, Krishna is always existing along with his expansion and incarnations. But the real original personality of Godhead is Krishna. Therefore, Bhagavad-gītā is being spoken by Lord Krishna to Arjuna, right? So Lord Krishna is himself giving this description detail. But in order to distinguish him, Vyasadeva, Srila Vyasadeva is writing Sri Bhagwan Vacha. He does not say Sri Krishna Vacha to make it distinguish that Krishna is through Bhagwan Swami. So we are pledged to receive knowledge from the Supreme Personality of Godhead as it is. Srila Prabhupada always emphasizes on as it is. That is our mission, Krishna consciousness. So idam tu te guyatamam pravakshyami anasuyave. So here is knowledge given by Krishna. Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna that now I am giving you the knowledge. Guya tamam, very confidential knowledge. Guya means confidential, and Guya tama, more confidential. So this Brahma Jnana, Brahman is Guya. It is very confidential because if you achieve Brahma Jnana, immediately you become the most important person within this material world. And Brahma Bhuta means above Brahmana or Brahmana. Guya means confidential. To become Brahma Bhuta, Brahma Jnani, that is Guya, confidential. And Brahmaiti Paramaitmiti. When you understand Paramatma, Ishvara Sarva Bhutana, Hriddeshe Arjuna Tishtati. This will come in 18.61. There are two different souls, Atma and Paramatma. Paramatma, one is Paramatma. Paramatma means he is present everywhere. Mayavadis say there is no difference between Atma and Paramatma. That is not the fact. That is wrong. Atma means present within this body. So, Dehino Asmin Yatha Dehe. This is in Bhagavad-gītā 2.13. Asmin Dehe, in this body, I am Atma, and so all you are also Atma, but I and you are not Paramatma. Paramatma is different thing. Paramatma is Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, situated in everyone's heart. So that is Guhyatamam. That is Guhyatamam. First of all, to understand Brahma Jnana or self-realization, that is very confidential. You will not find people who would be interested in, not many, very few, very rare. And so that is why it is very confidential. There is not ordinary knowledge. It is above ordinary knowledge. Therefore, it is said Guya. So in school and colleges, we don't get to learn this self-realization, knowledge related to self-realization. So that is why it is very confidential. One who knows becomes a very special person. So therefore it is said Guya. Guya means very confidential. Nobody understands even Atma Tattva. So Shukadeva Swami is advising to Parikshit Maharaja, those persons who are materially engrossed in family life, they cannot understand what is Atma Tattva, knowledge of self. They have many other subject matters for hearing in society. There are so many things they are busy with. For example, an ordinary worldly man purchases huge volumes of newspaper and he's interested in reading and knowing what it is, what's in there. But he's not interested in understanding Bhagavad-gītā, where Atma Tattva is described. Dehino Asmin Jata Dehe. They are not interested. Therefore, Shukadeva Swami said to Parikshit Maharaja, Shrotavyadi, subject matter for hearing, Nrinam Santi Sahasrasa. For ordinary man, there are thousands of news. So we can see so many magazines, technical, musical, cinema, and so many other things. Ordinary news, so many editions. So this is a fact. You can see that this is happening. So why they are busy with so many newspapers and why they are not interested in hearing about Bhagavad-gītā and Srimad Bhagavatam? Because apashyatam atma tattvam in Srimad Bhagavatam 2.1.2, they do not know that the real purpose of life is to understand Atma Tattva. So they forget or they're blind to it. Apashyatam, griheshu griha medinam. They have made a vow to maintain the family life, to maintain the family and have some enjoyment from family life. Family life means society, friendship, and love related to that. For somebody can say, unless there is happiness, why people would be interested in anything? There is certainly happiness. So that happiness is conveyed by Vidyapati, the great Vaishnava poet. It is just like tatala shekate vari bindu sama, just like desert. So in desert, it would require huge quantities of water if you want to plant anything or do anything. It would require huge quantities of water. So in this way, if there is scarcity of water, and then gradually these places will be converted into desert. So the desert word is used because it requires huge quantity of water. Similarly, we are in this material world and we are trying to be happy in the society, friendship and love. Suta mita ramani samaje. But that happiness we are getting, that is compared with a drop of water in the desert. If the vast desert, somebody gives a little, somebody asks for water and somebody gives him a drop of water, you take it. That is insignificant. It has no meaning. It will not quench his thirst. Similarly, our heart is desiring for the real pleasure, transcendental bliss. But so if we are put into desert, Suta Mita Ramani Samaje, what is the benefit? So um, so this they do not know what is the aim of life. They're satisfied with the just drop of water in the desert. It will never mitigate their thirst. So similarly, we are a spirit soul. We are hankering after Krishna. That is our inner desire. And what happiness we get? Society, friendship, or love. That is not possible. So there is some temporary happiness, very small quantity, so-called happiness, and it will never satisfy us because we are spirit soul. We are hankering for Krishna. That is eternal happiness. So 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 people who are envious, like Kamsa, he was envious of Lord. He even told his servants, as soon as Krishna is born, you bring it to me, the child, I shall kill him. That is asuya, enviousness. So those envious of Krishna cannot understand Krishna. So, but the devotees, Krishna is very strict, but the devotees are very lenient and merciful. Krishna doesn't speak to the demons unless one is a bhakt devotee, just like Bhagavad-gītā was spoken to Arjuna. But the devotees are so merciful, they go to the demons also and pray, kindly hear about Krishna. So therefore, devotees are known as Karunika, most merciful. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teaches us also, Srinapi Sunichena Tarorapi Saisuna. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that a devotee should be more tolerant than tree. So these devotees take the risk of preaching amongst the demons, non-devotees, atheists, because they are Karunikaha, very merciful, more merciful than Krishna. So, so the signs of God or signs of Krishna Tattva is never disclosed or revealed amongst the non-devotees, demons. It can be revealed, it can be understood by a person like Arjuna, who is a devotee, who is not envious. So one should not be envious of Krishna and his devotees. So if one thinks that I'm envious of devotees, but I'm not envious of Krishna, and that is okay. That if the one person thinks, if somebody thinks like that, this is not acceptable. One should be non-envious, not only to Krishna, but to devotees also. So that is a qualification. So some people say that one needs to understand this philosophy. Okay, but one cannot say why should I go to Guru or through Vaishnava to Krishna, through Vaishnava to Krishna? Why can't I go directly? Then one is not qualified if one thinks like that. To learn or please Krishna, one should be very much humble and submissive to Krishna and his devotees. Anasuyave. So Jnanam Vijnanam Sahitam. Jnana means this confidential knowledge, most confidential knowledge. It is not sentiment. Vijnana Sahitam, it is science. Just like scientific knowledge, one must know theory and practical also. Krishna says, Sarva Dharman Parityaja Mamekam Sharanam Braja. But when you surrender, there is practical science. So if you decide to surrender, that is called Sharanagati. And then you have to learn the science, how to become surrendered. That is Vijnana. So Vijnana means practical knowledge, realized knowledge, and Jnana means theoretical knowledge. So one has to do it practically and not think that I have read Bhagavad-gītā or read Srimad Bhagavatam, so I have become a devotee. No, one has to practically demonstrate this in his life, that one is actually a devotee, and this is doing by surrender. This is called Vijnana Sahitam. So, Yad Gyatva Moksha Se Ashubhat. If you learn this science, the result is you become liberated from the Ashubha, inauspicious condition of life. What is this inauspicious condition of life? This materialistic life. So if one thinks that having a nice house, road, beautiful house, building, so many other things, car, and all those things, machines, bodily comforts. All this is known as material advancement. But the Shastra says it is all inauspicious. If you want to become free from this inauspicious condition of life, then you should learn the science of Krishna, which Krishna is teaching, Jnana Vijnana. So this is how it is. And then further, Lord explains it. Raja Vidya. Vidya means education, and Raja means king. So this king of education. This is the so we have various statuses of life in the material world. Similarly, in education also we have different fields and grades, MAB, etc. So now this summum bonum, this highest topmost education is Krishna consciousness, Raja Vidya. So real knowledge is asking or knowing. So what I am, Jivatma Yatha Atmadi Rahasyanam Rajaha. So that's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying when he begins his preaching, when he began his preaching, his disciple was Srila Sanatana Goswami. And at the time he was a finance minister of Nawab Hussain Shah. And being attracted by the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's movement, he retired from his service and he joined Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when he did that, at the time he came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and says, first time his inquiry was, what is this education? He was highly educated, he knew Persian language, he knew Sanskrit, and still he asked to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what is education? Why did he inquire that? So he placed this question before the Lord. People in general, they call me very educated and I am a fool and accept that I am educated. So the Lord asked him, next question, why do you think that you're not educated? You're a great scholar in Sanskrit, Persian language. Why do you think like that you're not educated? So he replied that I'm thinking not educated because I do not know what I am. I do not want to suffer from these material miseries, but these are enforced upon me. So I'm such a fool. I do not know what I am. So actually, this is the position of our present conditional material life. We are very much proud of all our advancement, material life, education, and everything. But if you inquire from various persons, they will not be able to answer when you ask them what you are. Very few will be able to answer it. Everyone is under the conception of this bodily life, material condition of life. Um, but we are not this body. So the first question or inquiry is, I'm not this body. Then after passing this, one answers this or understands this exam, then one comes to this real knowledge. That is the next question: what I am, and what that is the beginning. So the knowledge which Lord Krishna is now imparting, giving instruction to Arjuna, he is saying that it is Raja Vidya. Raja Vidya means knowing oneself, to know oneself, what he is, and act accordingly. If I do not know what I am, what is my position, then if I'm mistaken about my situation, then all the activities that I perform, what I'm doing, they are all mistaken. They are all in illusion. So therefore, this position, Ragavidya, means one should know himself, what he is, and act accordingly. So simply by knowing that I am not this material body, that is not sufficient. As mentioned earlier, you must act accordingly, that you are not material, you are spiritual. So that is spiritual activity, and this is called acting in Krishna consciousness. And that is called Raja Vidya, king of all education. So knowing that I am not this body, what I am, understanding this, then acting in Krishna consciousness, that is Raja Vidya, king of all education. Raja Vidya, Raja Goyam. That is means very confidential. It is not possible to accept this Krishna consciousness very easily, but by the mercy of Krishna and by mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it is easily delivered through this chanting of Hare Krishna mantra. So this is mercy of Krishna and Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives further analytical detail of the living entity. He has analyzed that there are so many living entities in this universe. Some are moving, some are non-moving, and of these um, persons who are in human body, if there is a if out of this 84 lakh species, the 4 lakh species who are human, and of these 4 lakh species, there are very few who are civilized, and out of these civilized people, very few actually devote to the scriptures, right? So some of them, they agree they are Christian, Hindu, Mohammedan, but they claim that they practice this religion, but they do not believe in their scriptures. They don't have faith in the scriptures. They will, and those who believe in scriptures, very small number, they are mostly attracted to pious activities or philanthropic activities. So religious means there are three things: yagya, dana, tapaha. Yagya means sacrifice, dana means charity, tapa means penance. So like for example, brahmachari, practicing brahmacharya and sannyasa is tapasya. So tapa means penance, voluntarily accepting very rigid principles of life. That is, and charity means voluntarily giving away his material possessions, and yajna means sacrifice. Now, Srila Prabhupada says that in the present age, there is no sacrifice. There is no experience of sacrifice. Because the sacrifice we are talking about we get the detail from Mahabharata, Vedic scriptures, historical details. So kings used to perform these sacrifices, and they would spend millions of rupees, gold coins, silver. They will distribute, and they will please the Brahmana, and because the Brahmanas were very learned, and this would be very expensive, very extravagant, which is not affordable in the present times. So because people don't have experience of this, they don't have faith in the scriptures. This is like saying one thing and experiencing or knowing another thing, so not having experience of this, so they don't adopt it in an entirety, these scriptures. So the Lord emphasizes that one has to follow the scriptures. Just theoretical knowledge is not sufficient. One has to act in that knowledge. So you have to actually become liberated from material entanglement. That is mukti, that is liberation. So out of these thousands of persons who are in knowledge, that they are what he is, that they are, or they know what they are. Some of them are actually liberated. Very small number. So out of these many thousands of people who are liberated, they can understand Krishna. What is Krishna? So understanding Krishna is not easy. So this is how it is. And what is the sign of liberation? A man who's liberated, it is explained in Bhagavad-gītā, Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma. His first symptom is that he's very happy, he's not morose, and he has no anxiety. He's free of anxiety. Because he is not bothered about being rich or poor. He has no anxiety. He doesn't see these distinctions like bodily distinctions, whether one is rich, poor, all those things. So he has no worries, like he's not thinking I have to pay this bill, I have to acquire these things, assets and all that. So he's free from all that. So, but one who is liberated from this material conception of life, he has nothing to do with all this, what he's possessing and what he's not possessing. So he's liberated, he's in liberation. So if one is free from this material conception of life, then factually he possesses or not possesses, he's not bothered about that. So he's prasannatma, he's always joyful. So his vision is completely on the spiritual platform that every living entity is part and parcel of Krishna. He tries to take them back, preach to them Krishna consciousness. He's concerned. So he has no distinction whether one is a Brahmana, Shudra, Vaishya, or Kshatriya. He's Indian, American, black, white, educated, non-educated. He is beyond all that. He's on a completely spiritual platform. So Samaha Sarveshu Bhuteshu, everyone should come to Krishna consciousness. That is his viewpoint, and he endeavors for that. So in this present age, description of people, the present age, people are there is a very short duration of life, and people are very slow. They spend so much time in sleeping and working, acquiring money, earning, and then they don't have time much left for spiritual understanding. So this is the situation, this is the condition. So how will they make spiritual progress? So understanding all this, Lord Krishna, when he came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gave his causeless mercy, and he distributed the highest perfection of life, ecstasy, by chanting of this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So therefore, this is, it doesn't depend whether you are liberated, not liberated, whether what is your position, what is your condition, doesn't matter. Just come and participate in it, and you will feel spiritual ecstasy. So this is Lord Krishna, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is guaranteeing that. So therefore, it is called Raja Vidya Raja Goyam Pavitram. Pavitram is pure. Anyone who takes to this process, it becomes immediately purified. Um, and this is Uttamam, highest transcendental. So, so this fire of Krishna consciousness, once it starts burning, once it's begun, it will burn all your reactions to sinful activities. And so suffering is due to sinful activities. Sinful activities are due to ignorance, and sinful activities are done by persons who do not know what is what. So this Krishna consciousness, once you come to it, it will burn all your reactions to sinful life. And so this is all due to ignorance, which will be removed. And so proper knowledge means to know things as they are. What I am, what is this world, what is God, what is our relations. So these things one should know. Simply becoming a technical expert in some department, um, that is not knowledge. So here is knowledge. So you should know what you are, and you should act in that knowledge. So that can be achieved in this human form of life only, and not in animal life. So very important to not waste this life. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given a special mercy, and further, Lord Krishna gives detail that faithless cannot accomplish this process of devotion service. Faith is created in association of devotees. So unfortunate people, even after hearing all the activities, evidence of Vedic literature, scriptures, from great personalities, they still have no faith in God. So they are hesitant and cannot stay fixed in the devotional service of the Lord. So thus faith is most important factor for progress in Krishna consciousness. So this can be acquired only in association of devotees. Samsara means to take birth once again and again, and die and come back to this material world, take birth and die again, and this continues. So this is samsara. So tata dehantara prapti. So Krishna says dehantara prapti, transfer to another body. So but what kind of body, that will depend on your work, your karma. So in this life, one has a human body, another life he has done pious activities, maybe he will get demigod, body of a demigod, have a higher planetary system, or he can fall down to lower species, dog, tree, snake, depending on his karma. So ashraddha purusha dharmasya, those who are not interested in this Raja Vidya devotional service, ashraddhana, no faith. So devotional service is real dharma, because dharma means dharman tu sakshat bhagavat pranitam. This is the most confidential dharma, devotional service. So aprapyamam, he does not get me. His the mission of human life is to go back home, back to Godhead. And if he has no faith, and he doesn't know about the real position of life, that is to go back home, back to Godhead, to the spiritual world, then otherwise life is wasted. So faith has to be there. So that we do not know that this is the most confidential. So people do not know that there is another world beyond this spiritual world, and this material world is just maintained. This is 1/4 portion, 3/4 are spiritual world. So they have no knowledge of this spiritual world. So in association of devotees reading scriptures, they can get to know all these things, and their doubts can be removed. So through this practicing of devotional service, Raja Vidya, one can go back home, be transferred to the spiritual world. So Nivardante, he wanders, he travels within this material world otherwise. So Mrityu Samsara Vartmani, because you cannot avoid Mrityu. This is the law of material world, Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. But if you want to avoid this cycle, this Mrityu Samsara Vartmani, then you must be Krishna conscious. You must surrender to Krishna. So these things are to be practiced. One should know, and this can be, one can get in association of devotees. So Bhagavad-gītā means Krishna. So on our absolute platform, there is no difference between Krishna and his literature or his leelas. So Bhagavad-gītā is directly spoken by Krishna. So this is Krishna himself. So this Bhagavad-gītā, this detail we share in this morning session. This is as it is, so one can take benefit of it. So one should read Bhagavad-gītā very carefully with attention, and it is without any mal interpretation, without any speculation. One should take it from, hear it from self-realized souls or guru, or somebody who has understood it from a guru. So try to understand, make one's life successful. So this Krishna conscious movement is simply based on this Bhagavad-gītā, on Krishna. It is not a manufactured movement. It is 100% spiritual, pure as it is. So one is fortunate enough to understand Bhagavad-gītā, then one's life is successful. So this is the beginning of the chapter. We'll get further detail to it. So thank you, Prabhuji, Mataji. Thanks for joining. Please continue to join tomorrow. Hare Krishna. So if anybody has any question, please let me know.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dhanvat pranam. Dhanvat pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Mataji. Dhanvat pranam. Hare Krishna, Shri Hari Prabhu. Thank you.